Hi everyone, Houthany Dutano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of Conway the Machine's and Big Ghost's If It Bleeds, It Can Be Killed. This is a new project from Griselda Records co-founder and Buffalo rapper Conway. If you're a hip-hop fan who's been paying attention, Conway and Griselda are pretty much past the point of introduction now, especially considering the artistic splash that was made last year with From King to a God. A grimy, personal, and diverse project that had some immaculate production and showed a lot of growth on Conway's part. Now, he's quickly following that project up with this new collection of tracks that has Big Ghost on production, which isn't the first time Conway's rapping over a full arsenal of Big Ghost beats, as he also did it last year on No One Mourns the Wicked, which was a decent showing of tracks, even if it was obviously not as ambitious as From King later that year. Now, full disclosure before I go deeper into the review, I have at one point crossed over with Big Ghost back when his brand was built on these hilarious and witty album reviews. We collaborated on at least one review and we had a few exchanges afterwards, if I remember correctly, but I haven't really heard from the guy since, and his identity remains a mystery to many, even me to this day. Though it's been impressive watching his transition from afar, essentially moving away from these reviews and going more into a producer direction. He even landed a project with Ghostface Killah on that Lost Tapes thing a while ago, and he's really embedded himself into the Griselda camp. And If It Bleeds, It Can Be Killed almost sounds like a slightly improved sister record to No One Mourns. The production's still very much defined by these old school, chunky, heavy, booming hip-hop beats, some pretty dark and cinematic samples too, and all of this essentially underscores Conway, who is on a mission to say the most cold-blooded shit he possibly can with every verse. My biggest critique of this thing right out of the gate is that the project really does get off to a slow start. We have this tedious, rambling intro cut, which I understand the sentiment, I get the message that it's trying to convey, it just takes forever to get to the point. Then the production on the following J Batters, as well as Way We Move, feels almost average for any Griselda project at this point. I mean, what else would Conway be rapping over other than chilling soul chops, as well as strings and horns that sound fitting for a detective film soundtrack? Regardless, I suppose it is still nice to hear Conway in his element, dropping these vicious and luxurious and druggy gems in a very confident, relaxed fashion. The following Kill All Rats doesn't exactly reinvent the wheel either, but it does feature two solid features from Rome Streets as well as Ransom. Plus the instrumental on this one, that heavy roaring bass, the eerie wailing tones, plus that beat, it's like a boom bap horror film. Thankfully, this project for me starts to exceed expectations on the song Toast, which delivers this trippy warm palette of airy synthesizers as well as jazz fusion drums and guitar. It's very Madlib, it's very The Alchemist. The whole beat sounds like an ocean and Conway is just swimming through it like a shark, with standout bars like 50 racks will have his own homies looking for him, as well as a lot of blemishes on your record. There's a few errors, so you built a brand off a cap like a new era. There are some impressive rhyme schemes Conway engages with on this track as well. It's just like one combo after another, it's nonstop. Then Losses to Blessings takes things in more of a low-key, chilling, and jazzy direction. I love the forlorn, messy sung chorus vocals on the track. This style and delivery went over pretty well on From King, and it sounds just as good here. The track is also packed with murderous bars that are contrasted pretty sharply with these allusions to sadness, feeling lost, depression, feeling traumatized. Certainly this track and Conway's writing style is a lot more meta and introspective than it lets on, which in my opinion is part of what gives Conway's work so much impact. Then we have Highly Praised. The beat on this one is a stunner. The overpowering, dramatic, spiritual style group vocals are immense. The beat also sounds like it's in a 3/4 time signature, and it's so slow and Conway is rapping over it so effortlessly you wouldn't even even notice. Then on the writing side of things, Conway seems to be writing from the perspective of someone who sounds like they're the most evil drug kingpin of all time who's out to consume everything. This track is very much high art, theatrical coke raps, which we essentially get another quality helping of on of Kings, and the whole thing ends off on a very strong note with Forever Ago, where Conway gives us a bit of a heartbreaking moment where his success and fame feels almost like a prison in a way, as this, as well as his lifestyle and his past, cause him to put barriers up between him and a lover, presumably anyone close around him too. So overall, If It Bleeds, I thought was a scant but potent project, even when Conway and Big Ghost are playing it very direct and not really giving you too much, really trying to give you everything you need, nothing you don't. I'm not coming away from this project feeling spoiled in the way that I was off from King, but we still get some good quality, rich, grimy bops, and these two show off a creative chemistry that I hope continues into the future. Feeling a light to decent 7 on this one. Transition, have you given this record a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that upworthy link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Conway, Big Ghost, forever.